All right, guys, now we're going to talk about explicit rule. All right, so we're going to be on this right side over here, talking about the explicit rule. All right, we've already gone through some background knowledge where we talk about, our A sub n is what we're looking for, right? It says the current term. I just like to say the term we're looking for. A1 is the first term in the sequence. We know D is the common difference. All right, so we kind of got that squared away, right? Got that squared away. Now let's move forward. Let's say, for example, we have -10, -15, -20, -25. And now we want to find the explicit rule. All right. First off, we always need to go ahead and write A1 and D because those are the two things we need to write an explicit rule. Our A1 is -10. Our D is -5. And now that we know those two things, we're going to plug it into the given equation. All right, and here we go. So that's -10 minus 5 times or plus -5, however we choose to write it. I like the plus -5. And then times n minus 1. And from here, we don't just leave it like this. We like to simplify. So we're going to multiply that -5 inside. And this becomes -10 plus -5n plus 5. We're going to go ahead and combine our like terms. -10 plus 5, which is -5. So we're going to write -5n minus 5 or plus -5, whichever one you choose. And there we have it. That's our explicit rule. In the next example, let's say we have the pattern 12, or the sequence 12, 24, 36, 48. All right. Our A1, that's 12. Our difference is also 12. Now all we got to do is plug it in our formula. So this becomes 12 plus 12 times n minus 1. If you get to this part, you're really good, but it helps to simplify. So let's do that. We distribute the 12 inside so that we're left with 12 plus 12n minus 12. Combine our like terms. 12 minus 12 is 0. So a sub n, these cancel. So we're just left with a sub n equals 12n. And that's our explicit rule. All right, explicit rule is going to always be written in terms of n. All right, let's say the next example we want to write an explicit rule for it. -32, -35, -38, and -41. Feel free to pause the video. Try this for yourself. All right, let's get going. So A1, -32. D is -3. And now we're plugging in to the formula. That's -32 minus 3 times n minus 1. Let's go ahead and distribute the -3 so that we end up with -32 minus 3n plus 3. -32 plus 3 is -29. So this is -3n minus 29. And there we have it. All right, there we have it. So you may be wondering, okay, miss, what is the point? All right. So the point of this is, yes, sometimes we're going to be asked to find the nth term, but sometimes we may be wanting to look for something other than just the next term. Because in recursive, we can just find the next term, next few terms. But with explicit, we may be able to find something a little further out, like, let's say the 20th term. So we're going to say find the 20th term given a sub n equals negative 3n minus 29. Now, all n means, right, and it's right here, n is the term number. So n stands for number. Well, what number are we given here, right? What number are we given? It says find the 20th term. So that's letting us know our n is 20. And that's exactly what we need to do here. We need to substitute into this equation 20 everywhere we see n. So this is a sub 20 equals negative 3 times 20 minus 29. Notice again how we substituted. Instead of n, you see 20. Now, in the calculator, we're going to plug in this right here so that we can determine what the 20th term in the sequence is going to be. So pull out your calculator. I'm pulling out mine. All right, negative 3 times 20 minus 29. And our answer is negative 89. All right. Now what? Well, I want to tell you what type of problems you can look for when we need to use this explicit formula. All right. If you're ever asked to find the nth term in a sequence, you need to use the explicit. All right. If you're ever asked to find some big number, like the 30th term, and then they give you a sequence, this, 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 and this, you might want to use the explicit rule. Of course, it should be a given that if you're asked to find the 30th term and they give you the actual rule, which has been known to happen, this is the explicit rule. So you don't have to worry about going to find it, right? All right, I think that's all I needed to tell you guys. All right, let's work on some practice.